Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Olympia's Soiree, and we are just picking up after our bath, our luxurious bath has ended, so here you go. Lady Olympia, I hope you enjoyed your bath. How was everything? Thank you, I've just finished changing. I had such a wonderful time in the bath. My skin feels so soft now. I knew it would be. Lord Yusuke is a master herbalist who knows everything about plants. He can concoct all sorts of medicinal elixirs. Medicinal elixirs. Such as? Drinks to help blood flow, boost stamina, increase vigor. Vigor? Which means... Oh my. I guess there's medicine for everything. Hey, at least we're not totally dense. You know, she's like, vigor... Oh!
Well now, I'm glad to see you awake. I was about to rush in case you'd fallen unconscious while still naked.
The Lupin voice actually really does work for his personality. Like, you know, in case you were naked, I was gonna rush in you. Like, unfortunately for you, I followed your instructions with care. But I must say, the bath was amazing. I'd love to bathe here every day. The feeling of the hot water was so relaxing. It had such a sweet and refreshing aroma, too.
I blended the water with fruit and flowers. I'm glad to hear you liked it. Come visit us anytime.
Oh my god, he's winking at me. Goddamn sexy son of a bitch. I'd like that very much.
By the way, I hate to bring this up while you're still relaxed from the bath, but it appears Tsukiyomi is not yet returned. I also think everyone at the manor will be worried if you stay out too late.
Worried? Doma's face came to mind. Would he be worried? Maybe he'd think I actually escaped.
Why not tomorrow? I'd be delighted to have you back.
Thank you. Well, I better get going then. Daifuku, you should thank him for the bath, too. Daifuku popped his head from the inside my bag when I called to him, but... Daifuku? This sweet rice cake? Oh, well, he's plump and white, so, well, that's why... He's trying to hold back a laugh. It's not good for you to hold your emotions in. You can laugh if you'd like.
You're so cute. Much cuter than when I heard about you.
Huh?
Please, don't be upset. I wasn't laughing at the name. I just laughed because you're so cute.
I'm not sure if I should be happy to hear that.
But it is true. He is far more aptly named now than he was before.
Oh, look at his little face! He's like,
"You're making fun of me. You're making fun of me. Do I need to kick your ass?" "I'm sorry. I've become gluttonous since Hime began caring for me."
Camellia patted Daifuku lightly on the head. Daifuku, it's such a cute name. You do your best to repay her, you hear?
"Yes, in the name of my clan, I'll do my very best to serve Hime."
Dear brother, please try not to be a burden on the good Hime. Paris is now serving under Lord Tokisada, and you're with our esteemed lady. I shall remain in Yomi, but I pray that one day we'll meet again under the sun.
"Yes, I promise we will, one day."
It seems like Daifuku and Juliet are talking. They must be sad to part ways. I should bring him down here again soon. By the way, could you tell me how much the meal and the bath were?
And there's no need for payment. You saved Daifuku's life after all.
No, please, I can pay. I did bring money with me. Yes, being Olympia was my job. I received tithes from the people each time I danced on stage. They were not necessarily payments, however. I never really spent the money since I always stayed inside. If you're saying that only because I'm Olympia, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't. I just want to be treated like any other person.
Well, you can pay me next time then. Just accept it as a token of my thanks.
Are you sure? I'm really going to pay next time, you hear?
Come, let me escort you to Kanado.
He nudged me on the back with a smile. This doesn't feel much different from being with Kuroba. Oh well. If he doesn't take my money next time, I'll just force it on him. There's a lot of people forcing things on people in this game. Maybe. I'm assuming I'm really hoping that the inappropriateness happens in bad endings, but everybody seems so nice, and I just don't want to think of them being like rapey bastards. You know, I really wanted to live a normal life. I just wanted to be myself. The place is dark already. So this is what night in Yomi looks like. I walk with my head looking up above me when... Hey, look! Wow, she really is white. A white? I'm sure she'd fetch a decent price. I heard mumbling from the people staring at me. People applauded me when I arrived today, so I thought I was welcome. I guess it's not so easy to get along with everyone. Hey, new guy! You better not lay a finger on that white girl. Lord Jigoku will kill you. Jigoku? As in hell? I wasn't liking the sound of that. That's our boyfriend. Cough. That's Yosuga, right? Oh. We could take any of the soldiers from the surface, but angering Lord Jigoku is a bad idea. That's quite a thing to say. Maybe they're talking about Tsukuyomi. Tsukuyomi's gonna be like a crazy crackpot like Belle's father. Like, I just can't imagine him being intimidating. He's probably just like a little goofy. He's gonna, like, I don't know, but... Going up against Lord Tsukuyomi and Lord Jigoku of the bathhouse will definitely end a miserable life with an even worse death. I glanced at Yosuga. That's right. I haven't told you my nickname. I am known as Jigoku Dayu here. Similar, in a way, to how you're called, Olympia. Jigoku Dayu? Is he a prominent figure down here? But the people around us aren't speaking well of him. I heard that you praise Masuhana's hair, like the ocean on a rainy day. How very poetic. Where did you hear that from? Everyone was so moved by your words that it was known throughout all of Yomi by nightfall. Told you. You're nice to people, it spreads around. My face was blushing so much that it felt like it was on fire. I also know Masuhana personally. She's a very skilled seamstress, so I often ask her to do our mending. Really? Can I see her again then if I visit the bathhouse? Certainly. I shall let her know you wish to meet her. Thank you. I'll be looking forward to it. Seeing my excitement, Yosuga smiled. You know very well that the souls of the people of Yomi are offered to keep the sun shining on the surface. Which is why I was concerned about how those here would react to seeing you. Worried, in fact. Akaza told me the same thing as well. But I suppose it was unwarranted. You are rather popular here, it seems.
You guys are very excited, aren't you? You happy and playing? Yeah? Let's be little chatterboxes over there. It's nice, though. Yeah. The tiny terror has actually turned into a nice birdie. He chirps and chatters and he's happy. He usually screams, but he stopped screaming. He's become very good. Yeah.
It's totally different if you watched Chaos Child. Like, there's points that I'm like, oh my god, I hate this bird, oh my god, he won't shut up, and I have to, like, stop the recordings multiple times to, like, shove him in his cage and put him in another room. But, like, no, I don't know what the fuck happened. Twice, I think, getting shoved in his cage for being an asshole, and he's not an asshole anymore. He squawks a little bit, and sometimes screams, but not, like, now he's, like, but he's just chirping, and he's happy.
Yeah, talk about you. She's happy, bird. She's happy and nice. We tried to talk to you someday. We come over and talk to you, even though then you get scared and you, like, think I'm gonna, like, do, I don't know. Just like I'm coming over talking nice to you. I'm not angry. I don't have angry voice on. I have nice voice on. And sometimes he screams a little, but not all day. He has not screamed all fucking day or for, like, hours at a time in, like, a month. Like, it's so nice. I don't know what the fuck happened to him. He was like, she stuffed me in my cage and put a blanket on me, and I guess I just gotta stop screaming. He learns fast, I guess. I don't know. But he's actually been pretty decent lately. So, he's allowed to stay. We actually really like you now. He's nice. Sometimes you're very bitey and mean still. I mean, you are. You're bitey. If I try to put my hand up to you, you bite. But, you know, you don't bite as hard. And, you know, sometimes you actually get on my hand. And then you're like, the fuck, I'm touching this human. And then he flies away. But, like, you know, he's getting better. He's actually, I don't want to say nice. He's tolerant of me. That's good enough. And he seems happy, so. Anyway. You're exaggerating.
But I'd be very happy if that was true. The people on the surface are always avoiding eye contact with me. But be warned that not everyone here is so welcoming, which is why I've asked them to behave themselves around you. The people here seem scared of you and Tsukuyomi. Why is that? Oh, why indeed. Perhaps because Tsukuyomi and I are possessed by the curse of death. Have I managed to scare you? But what I've said is simply the truth. It may be better for you to learn about it from Tsukuyomi when you see him in Naraku. Wow. When you see him in Naraku. Sure. I don't know why my brain wanted to add more syllables to that word. See, Shikinjo I can't do, and Naraku I can't do. Sure. I wanted to know more, but something deep down was telling me not to ask. That's going to be fun to find out. You can't find out now. We got to find out in his path. His deep, dark, sexy secret. But we're going to love him anyway. The curse of death. That sounds horrible. Tsukuyomi really has hidden a lot of things from me. I'll be visiting Yomi more often. Not just because I want to see Tsukuyomi. I really enjoyed the bath you prepared for me, and the food really is delicious. Not to mention, Camellia and the others are here too. Camellia, her behavior really surprised me today. I know it may be difficult for you to imagine, but this was the first time I've ever seen her befriend anyone. She must have been so happy to meet you. I can only manage an embarrassed smile. I heard the Kotowari made an announcement that they'd be protecting you. I'm told the military has put in place similar sanctions as well. The military? I had no idea. Oh, next chapter, meeting bodyguard boyfriend. First boyfriend. Because, like, Riku works for the military, so I'm just saying. I would say Himuka is probably going to be, like, the very end meeting him. You know what I mean? On the surface, you have Lord Doma, the Kotowari, the military. And here in Yomi, you have me and Tsukuyomi. It's really funny that on the surface, Lord Doma, okay, because he's one of the most influential people. We have the Kotowari, basically the librarians, but still, okay, and the military. All those people amount to basically Yosuga and Tsukuyomi. Tsukuyomi, who's nowhere to be found, but basically all those people amount to Yosuga. Wow, you really are intimidating. I mean, down here is probably less people than up on the surface, but still, you're more intimidating than the military, the Kotowari, and Lord Doma. That's saying something. I'm just saying. I wish to believe that's enough to deter others and ensure your safety, but the forewarnings that this game gave us with the red flags and the trigger warnings tell me that it's not gonna be. And then again, it does not guarantee that you're completely safe, so you mustn't follow after any strangers. Everyone seems to be saying the same thing. Correction. Even if you do know the person, they may still be deceiving you, so be careful. I don't want to believe that, because I don't want to believe that any of our love interests, like, are gonna be horrible. Except for maybe in bad endings. But, like, I just don't want to believe, because I would just, Look. We already went down Piofiore, right? Where we were like, I'm just gonna pretend that one bad ending didn't happen. Like, the bad endings were a little disturbing, but we were dating mafia men. We kind of knew they were gonna be shady AF, right? But there was just one in particular that you were like, I am just gonna pretend that this did not happen, that you did not do this to this character. No! Stop it! Like, other ones you're like, no, I kind of expected this shit. Like, but I don't know. I'm just concerned, because so far, everyone we've met seems actually nice. You know, and I can't just imagine them being assaulty. I just don't want them to be. That would, don't do this to me, game, but I don't know. Remember, that's how valuable you are, Olympia of the White. Valuable? Does Yosuga only see me for my value, too? The thought of someone I knew deceiving me was shocking enough. But hearing him use the word valuable pierced me deep in the heart. I feel like Doma would be the one to be like, that I would expect. Like, if he came and, like, assaulted, I'd be like, well, because I feel like he's negging us and telling us no one's gonna want us and saying all this horrible shit to us. To, like, this way then he's like, cool, now I can marry you. You know what I mean? Because, like, even though he says all these nasty things to us, oh yeah, and people are afraid of you and they're grossed out by you, it's kind of like, yeah, but the status, but like we're valuable, and like you'd think, yeah, there's gonna be people who are like, yeah, no, I really don't want that kind of responsibility, and then there's other people like, yes, I need the status symbol of a wife. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying. And I just feel like Doma would be one of those people. Like, just because. Maybe just because he has the shady Snape look to him. But I still love him, don't get me wrong. But I wouldn't be surprised if they made him, like, gross like that. You know what I mean? But hearing him use the word valuable pierced me deep in the heart. I think I read that. I'll be careful. And then it's hard because you're like, but I like Yasuga. Wait, are you saying I can't trust you? Wait, I can't trust it. And then you're like, I love all these people and I can't trust them. God damn, why is he... I love this fucking asshole so much. You have returned. I heard you were enjoying yourself in Yomi today. I didn't tell him anything about Yomi. Is he having someone follow me? I know exactly where you are and what you're doing, so behave yourself at all times. I went there looking for a husband, even though I ended up just having fun. No man will ever love you, so choose anyone and be done with it. What? Whether on surface or down in Yomi, the men only see you as Olympia. I'm the only one who knows who you truly are. You truly think there's anyone in this world who wishes to know the real you? Akaza knows the real me because he knows what my real name is, and that could just be because he's a book nerd, or like, because he's actually the squishiest fucking marshmallow that ever squished and marshmallowed. I'm just saying. He slowly raised his left hand with a smirk on his face. What is with his left hand? It's always his left hand. There's something shady about... See? But do you see right now? You're like, okay. He's got his hand... He's got sleeve hands. You know, we all like to do it when your sleeves are really long. You like, put your hands in your sleeves and you're like... like your sleeve hand, you know? It's a little childish, but you just... There's something about it that you're just like... Oh, you can't see my hands because my hands are tucked in my sleeves. You know, and you're just... your fingers don't even poke out. I love long sleeves, okay? But that's what he's doing. He's hiding his hands. Why? Why? Why are you hiding your hands? And why is it always your left hand that's reaching up to it? I don't know. There's something shady going on. Spacey predictions. There's something shady with his left hand, and it's like bones or some shit. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. I don't know what it is. It's a robot hand. Anyway. Or his left hand has some kind of weird voodoo magic shit going on. I don't know. See, she always sounds scared. Or like this. He raises his left hand and then there's like this. And it's like, I thought in the very first one he slapped her or some shit. But then she's like, no, okay. And it's like, why are we afraid of his left hand? It's the game specifying. It's not like he brought his hand up and you're like, ah, it's his left hand. Why? I'm just saying there's something sus about it, right? Anyway. Oh. Batsu. Batsu. Which is the death thing. Maybe his hand is crystal. Batsu is the power that turns, like, the souls into, like, crystals, right? So, like, he has a crystal hand. And that's less scary than a skeleton hand. I'm just saying. Would anyone love you if they found out you tried to kill me with your power? I quickly turned my face away. His left hand, I mutilated it that day. Okay, see? This is what I was saying. Okay, I said it before, but now we know. He can't use it like he did before. Do not forget, it's thanks to me that a white such as yourself can live freely here on Tengu Island. It's only because you're under the protection of the Yellow Doma that you're allowed to live your foolish life of selfishness. I guess that's why he hates us. I can't blame him. We accidentally destroyed them. What did we do? I wanted to give him a piece of my mind, but I couldn't. He shattered any confidence I had left. I mean... Again, why, though? I'm kind of curious as to his motivations here. One, I get you're pissed off because, like, she did something to your hand. You're like, look what you did to me! I have, like, weird crystal skeleton, whatever it is. Mutilated hand, okay. You destroyed my hand, you bitch, right? Hope you're not left-handed, buddy. But, like, So I get there's that anger and the resentment and like, you're evil. Okay, I can totally see that. But, so like, I guess that hatred is why he's like, no one's ever gonna love you, you freak. Because he's just so bitter and angry about it. But at the same time, and I guess that's why he's like, no one's ever gonna love you, just pick someone and get the fuck out of my house. Because, but it's kind of like you'd want to be, if you nag her too much, she's gonna curl up in a ball and never get married and you're gonna be stuck with her and you basically are like, I hate you. You're like a curse. But why are you keeping her then? He's like, I'm keeping you just because it's a status symbol. You're valuable, so it makes me look better. But I hate you, you curse. Just so you gotta nag just a little bit, enough to just get her to choose someone to get the fuck out of your house, but not so much that she decides to never leave because she's never gonna do any better. Unless that's what you're trying to do, because you're like, you're evil and gross, but I still wanna fuck you. I mean, I don't know what his motivations are. You never know. This man's all over the place. I love it. You're complicated. You're very complicated, Doma. You're very complicated. I'm tired, so I'll be going to bed. And that's why he's always bringing his left hand up to touch her. And she's like, ah! Freaking out for what she did. He's a dick. I love it. This game's fun. This game is fun so far. It's good. There's some shit in here that should be like, oh my god, but it's just funny for some reason. It amuses me. Like, you're like, wow, Doma, what the fuck, yo? Everybody being rude to Akaza. Like, I don't know. It's things that you're like, yes, I enjoy it because I feel like it's fun, like that they tease him and it's like the poor robot character, or like Doma being like creepy and always being like, look at my left hand. Like, what the hell, bro? I'm just enjoying this game, so. I could because I'm starved for Otome games because we didn't get to play any for a while. Well, for you, I mean, I played Bustafellas by myself, basically. But, you know, it's just, I think part of it is not being able to share it with you guys. It's just, when I'm playing it by myself, I'm like, man, this is fun. And I do talk to myself. I do. I'll always stop and be like, you know, it's really funny because, and I have to say my thoughts out loud. Because I'm so used to doing this and recording it and saying my thoughts out loud and putting in like whatever. That, like, I can't play a game by myself anymore without being like, you know what's really funny about this? Like, I just want you to know I miss you guys when I can't record shit for you. And that's why certain games that I can't record, I don't play. There's a couple that we haven't been able to do that, like Oz Mafia, I started doing it. They were like, no, you can only go up to a certain point. Well, I wish I had never bought the game because I have never touched it since. Never finished that game because why? If I had it on my Switch, maybe I would, but, like, it's on my computer, and, like, I really don't have a lot of time to play games that I'm not recording, you know? So, this is what I do for fun. If I can't record the game, and honestly, if I knew in advance that we couldn't record Bustafellows, would I have bought it? I'm glad I did, because it's an amazing game. I highly suggest picking it up. It's one of my favorites, which again it sucks because Code Realize was my favorite game. Pio Fiore has been right up there. Like, I love that game so much. And Bustafellows is like, and honestly, it's like one of my top 3 games. I would probably have to play Code Realize again to see if Pio Fiore and Bustafellows didn't top it out, like take its place. But that has a special place in my heart because it was really the one that we held all other Otome games up to. Hi, we play 6 Degrees of Code Realize here, right? If we're playing Spacey Go, which we never do, because I always forget about it. I really need to print that board out, and we need to just bring that shit back and fix that shit, but it's out there in case anybody else is playing along. But, you know, I always like to be like, just in case you're playing along, like, that is one thing that I do, like, voice actors in that game. Nobody is in this one, by the way. It's disappointing. But, like, I don't know. Bustafellows was so fucking good, and I'm kind of extremely disappointed that I couldn't put it up for you. That I couldn't do it. And we had a few episodes up, but I took them down. I've been like, I'm taking the whole thing down. If we can't do it all, we're not putting anything up. But it's disappointing. I understand why game developers do it, but it kind of sucks because if there's games I can't record, I won't, like, I wish I knew beforehand before I waste money on a game. Because I won't play it otherwise. I did finish that one because I spent 40 fucking hours recording shit for you before the first one got flat. So, This one should be fine because there was no thing on the very beginning because I missed that on Bustafellows because I wasn't paying attention. This time I was like, okay, well, the game is loading and stare at all the screens. Plus, Idea Factory, Automate, and Axis generally are fun. Like, never had problems with any of their games. It's Pony Patchet Sai, which is Oz Mafia, and Nippon Cultural Broadcast Extreme, I think that's the full name, whatever, that did Bustafellows, but it's disappointing. Really is. But again, I would recommend it and I would pick it up. I know that's just like a long tangent, but like, man, I've just really missed being able to talk to you, even though it's like kind of one-sided. Like I'm talking to you and then you're talking, like we're not all talking together, but I just missed it. Okay. I missed being able to extrapolate and share my thoughts on things because, I don't know, talking to myself isn't good enough. But now I'm talking to you and I'm sharing it and it's like, I love this. I love sharing these with you and being like, oh my God, this is so funny. Like, so that's why I'm a little over the top and everything is funny and amusing. And I'm just like, I love this so much because I've missed doing this for you. So there's that. Anyway, so just, not like I'm not always spazzy, but whatever. What a day, wasn't it, Daifuku? I hope my bag wasn't too small for you. I opened my bag and Daifuku jumped down onto the table. I was really surprised to hear that you're actually from Yomi.
I'm sorry. If only you could understand what I say, Hime.
Was it really okay for me to bring you back here? Daifuku looked up at me and nodded repeatedly. Always wondered whether you do actually understand what I'm saying.
Yes, I do. Those from the White Mice clan are different from ordinary mice.
Well, here's hoping you'll stay with me. In response, Daifuku rubbed his head against my hand. Aw, I need to start looking for my husband more seriously. I did talk to some men, and I had a lot of fun today, so I guess that's good enough for now. Yes, and I want to be friends with Sis, too. Tokisada's a really nice person, but he's not able to marry yet if he's 17 years old. Remember, this is how valuable you are, Olympia of the White. Yusuga's also a nice person, but I feel like he only sees me as Olympia. I suppose neither of them will love me for who I am.
I think it's a bit too soon to say that.
See, Daifuku's smart. Okay, that was not his voice, but anyway, he's fucking smart. We're kind of dumb. Like, understandably, we lived on an island with just women and we have no idea what the fuck is going on, and now we're in this weird place, so kind of... We've been here for 13 years, though, see? But we've also been locked away for 13 years. Doing it ourselves, so yeah, kind of understand why we're a little like... See, this is where I understand why she's a little naive and doesn't quite get things, because she's purposely hid herself away and kept away from the world. But when it's like, you have no reason... Like, Cardia and Code Realize was the same way. You're locked away, and you're like, I don't get shit, but I'm gonna try to get shit. So when you're a little derpy, it's like, I kind of understand it. It's the, I have always lived in this world, and I am a complete moron! Ugh, for fuck's sake, games, stop. Why they always gotta make the MC like the dumbest fucking thing on the planet sometimes. Always sometimes. You know what I'm saying. They do it more often than it's pushing the lines, but she's generally pretty good. She doesn't know a lot. She seems like a little like, everything is new to me, but again, it's understandable why. You gave me a backstory that is like, I understand why. She does not understand how shit works. And why she's going to end up in situations that are like, girl, what the fuck? Why are you going upstairs? The murderer's up there. Because she doesn't know. She hasn't seen horror movies. Shit like that. It's understandable. In some respects, but she's gonna do something that's gonna be like, oh, god damn it, you idiot. But I'll give her a pass, because like so far it's like understandable why you don't know what the hell is going on. So it'd be like if you just fucking isekai'd into this, you'd be like, I have no idea what's going on, and you would be an idiot too. So basically it's what happened to her. I rubbed Daifuku's head with my fingers. It makes me feel so calm and happy to pet you like this. I wonder if I can ever touch a man with the same affection. I wonder if I can touch him without breaking him. I mean, yeah, it's not like you touch someone and they die. I feel like whatever Doma did, it was like you were like, ah! So that brings up a good point. How is there going to be non-consensual an like assault thing. This is not like attempted assault. This makes it sound like assault actually happens. How if because I feel like we're petting Daifuku. No, we're not turning him to crystal or whatever. But if we have that ability, it sounds like what we did to Doma was like, triggered, you know. We attacked him, we were angry, our emotions were high, whatever. And that's when it happened, right? Not like, oh, anybody touches us, they turn to stone. Again, it's not code realized cardio power where anybody touches you and you die, they die. This is literally triggered by angsty emotions, say. So, like, don't you think if you were being assaulted, that would be an angsty emotion and you'd be like, basically, be like, Kingdom of the Crystal Penis. Like, some shit's gonna happen and it's like, well, shouldn't have touched me, bitch. I'm just saying. So I kind of feel like, you know, how are you gonna write that in if we have this ability? It's questionable. Anyway. Being outside is really interesting. I've been smiling a lot recently. Getting to talk to everyone is a lot of fun. I finally remembered how to smile. But there's still emotions I don't know about. Or maybe it's anger because we felt like, kill him! When we came off the stage that time. I've never fallen in love with anyone before. I told Akaza that I could love anyone, but I don't know what that really means. I can love anyone. How about me? Fuck you, bro. Basically how that went. And Daifuku looked up as if listening to me. His kind of pouty, angry face is adorable. I'm a horrible person who mutilated Doma's left hand. Will anyone love me if they knew that? Will I really be able to love anyone? I'm glad you don't understand what I'm saying. If you did, I bet you'd hate me and run back to Yomi. Daifuku rubbed his nose against my finger. You're trying to cheer me up? You're right. I need to do my best and find a husband. There has to be someone out there who'll love me. I better prepare myself for tomorrow. I'll go and take a quick bath, okay? You already took one earlier, girl. Jesus. It's like me. Hold on, I gotta pause. I gotta take another shower.
I won't run away, Hime. I've heard much about you and the island. Hime must be afraid of herself. She worries she'll never be loved, and she doesn't deserve to love anyone.
You literally just... What the fuck? Holy shit. What the hell was it doing? It was like I think it was like a dragonfly or a giant bee. I'm not sure. It flew away, but like I heard just like a tunk, tunk, tunk in the window. So it was like trying to get in through my window. This fucking apartment is hell. I swear to God. The amount of birds that like bash into my fucking window. One of them killed itself. That was horrifying. But usually you hear like a thunk because they like... Luckily, they just kind of get stunned and they're like, the fuck? And they fly away. But, like, it's been happening too much. This place is like the fucking epicenter of hell. I swear to God. The roof leaks. There's cockroaches. I mean, that's normal in the South. But for God's sakes, usually you see one, you spray around and you're good. But it's like been like a fucking cockroach a day for the fucking past week. And then my fucking roof is leaking. And I fucking have mice. And, like, goddamn fucking shit keeps flying into my window. Like, I swear to God. Like 7 more months. Oh my God. You think time ticks by fast until you're like, 7 months. It's still 7 months. I feel like it's been 84 fucking years, but it's still 7 months left in this fucking hellhole. God. Anyway, they won't take my fucking insurance, so now I have to pay fucking like fees to them, like their version of insurance. So now I've got to double pay for fucking insurance because they won't accept my fucking renter's insurance. Like, God, I hate this fucking place. I hate it so fucking much. Anyway. Daifuku just telling us what we already just said.
But don't you worry. I'm sure things will turn out all right.
You know, I needed to hear that, Daifuku. Thank you, with that adorable look on your face. Don't worry. I'm sure things will turn out all right. God, I hope so. For me, not for the game, but...
Lady Amaterasu, please protect Hime with your divine light and help her find her way.
The boy with the skull. Oh, wait, really? We're gonna meet Himuka? We haven't met Riku! Okay, here's my thing. we meet Akaza. He's supposed to be our canon boyfriend. Okay. Then you kind of meet Kuroba, Yosuga, Tokisada. Okay. Himuka's like the last boyfriend before Akaza. Riku is the first person you're supposed to fall in love with. He's the first route. And yet we haven't even met him yet. I just feel like it's a little weird that, like, you haven't even met him and it's like, he's the first route, the recommended first route. And it's like, but like, fuck him. You'll meet him and it'll be like, hey, hi, by the way, I'm Riku. And then all of a sudden it'll be like, choose your path. And you're like, the fuck? What? I just met him. Like, I don't even get 5 minutes? Come on. Anyway. Daifuku, it must be uncomfortable being stuck inside my bag all day, so I'll go out alone this time. Stay safe here, alright?
Understood. Take care.
Squeaker, squeak, squeakin'. As I left the manor, I slowly made my way through the Yellow District toward the plaza. I was walking through here so quickly on my birthday, maybe it wasn't the best for inviting conversation. But I guess walking slowly won't make much of a difference. The people here weren't so afraid of me, but all they did was bow their heads and continue on. People might be scared of the fact that I was with Doma. Most people here possessed yellow traits. Yellowish gold appeared in varied places from person to person, such as their hair or eyes. The colors shone brightly under the sun as if they were blessed by it. It's true, Doma has black hair, but it has yellow tips to it, but... I'm proud to be of the white, but being the only white alive is a bit lonely. I kind of wonder, though, because they say Himuka has, like, the power of Batsu, right? But then again, it made it sound like he's the only one with it, but they said everybody of the blue has that power, right? That's what Lady What's-Her-Face fucking says. I want to look at the card for a second. And then apparently we do, so it's not that rare of a motherfucking power, right? He possesses the power of Batsu and uses it to transform the souls of Yomi's deceased into crystals. Known as okay. But the funny thing is he's super pale just like we are. So then I started wondering when Doma was like, Batsu. And we were like, huh. I was like, I wonder if Himuka's actually white. And he just doesn't, but he's a boy, so we don't know. Like, anyway. I picked up the pace to shake off my sadness. But we're gonna meet him, so in this, well, maybe not this part, but in this chapter. I had too much fun yesterday, so I should do my best to find a husband today. I had too much fun yesterday, so today it's all business. Boyfriend time. With a renowned determination, I stepped into the plaza when... Oh, Lady Olympia's here again. What is happening? She usually only appears on stage. Is the sun gonna disappear again? Hey, don't go jinxing it. The sun's already back to normal. This is awkward. I can't say I'm looking for a husband now. Or maybe I should, so they don't feel afraid every time they see me. I'm not trying to frighten them or anything. Even though I thought that, I could see why they felt the way they did. After all, I am the only white here. No one else in the plaza had white hair like mine. My existence on this island stuck out like a sore thumb amidst all the other color classes. That's why I feel Himuka might actually be white. Like, he's very, very pasty and pale, and he has very, very pale hair. Pale hair.
Look at how white she is. She's so creepy.
The people on the surface and down below must see me as some kind of pariah. The plaza was crowded with people, but they were all avoiding the area around the bench I was sitting on. Maybe they think I'm contagious or something. Ah! We're gonna lose all of our color if we sit near her. She's gonna bleach our color from us. I didn't have time to feel sorry for myself or be anxious about the situation. I need to find my husband so I can preserve Tenyo Island's blood. Suddenly, I noticed a young man staring at me from afar. Good day. What? She can speak? Of course I can speak. You were here yesterday too, weren't you? Something bad gonna happen? Nothing will happen. Everything is fine. I'm just getting some fresh air, that's all. I see. That's a relief. I'm sorry if you were surprised by what happened to the sun the other day. Yes, it certainly came as a surprise, but it did make you look as divine as ever, Lady Olympia. You're just like the goddess of the sun. Oh, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I shouldn't have said that. I'll be looking forward to seeing you on stage again. Please excuse me. I let out a deep sigh. I guess that wasn't my future husband. The funniest part about this is like, I feel like this is like every once in a while, this is you. When you're just out there talking to someone and you're like, oh, yeah, they're married. Okay, I guess that's not my future husband. Wait, what? I mean, you don't go out looking for people, but if in your head, if you're like, like maybe I'm open to it, then like every single person you meet, you're like, not my future husband, not my future husband, not my future husband, not my future husband. You're like, oh, I think we all have Olympia moments. Like in our lives, we've all had this moment where we're like, well, guess that's not gonna work. Wait, huh? It's kind of relatable in a weird way. I forgot to read that. I felt another deep sigh coming on when... Instead, I rolled my eyes. Good day. How are things? Is your search going well? What a way to start a conversation! Oh my god, this poor man can't do anything right! The music in the background's really nice, but... It's just so funny. You're like, oh, you, God. And he's like, I just said good day. How's your search going for a husband? And she's so mad about it. Oh, this poor man. Asking you to be his bride? No, not a chance, Yosuga. Things are going well. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to find a husband who isn't you. He's really going to be my favorite route just because of all of this. And this poor man is like, what? Yeah, a husband that isn't you. God, no. And then we're going to fall in love with him. It's the best. It's the funny. It's a tropey trope, but it's so funny the way it's done. I don't know why this amuses me so goddamn much, but it does. This makes me so fucking happy. I quickly stood up from the bench and tried to make my way past him without looking at his face. Olympia. I couldn't keep myself from turning toward him. His tone wasn't cold or menacing, but I couldn't stop my legs from shaking. I heard it was Lord Doma who gave you that name. Do you know what it means? What? It means something? It's a name that appears in an old story. What's the story about? A man fell in love with a beautiful girl looking outside her window. She'd listened silently to the song he sang for her. When the man asked her to dance with him, she was unsteady, but stayed by his side. One day, he offered her a ring to take her hand in marriage. It was then that he discovered he'd fallen in love with a lifeless doll. With his heart and his mind shattered, he fell down a tower to his death. Why would he give you such a name? Ugh! Oh, that was supposed to be him screaming, I guess. I thought it was us. Oh! Like screaming because he's coming near us with his creepy hand. I don't know. It's probably because he thinks I'm cursed. Just like in that story. He was in love with us and wanted to take it until we broke his hand. We mutilated his hand and now he hates us. I'm not surprised he gave me that name. But hearing Akaza tell me this without any expression on his face makes him the same as Doma. No, it doesn't. He's a doll. Maybe he's a robot for real. Like, I see why he's called the Iron Mask. But it's so funny because you think like he's got the name like the Iron Mask. Oh, he's the Iron Mask. And you're like, God, he's such a dick. When you could stop and be like, is he just called the Iron Mask because maybe he doesn't know how to like let out his emotions? And as someone who has always been seen as a doll, a lifeless doll with no emotions, and we kept our emotions in check and we never showed a bit of our personality, and now we're, as we even just said, learning how to smile again. You would think she'd be like, maybe that's just Akaza's problem. Maybe he just is keeping all of his emotions in check and he's acting like a lifeless robot, just like I was acting like a lifeless doll. Huh, but no, not it. Right over her fucking head, and it's like, oh. Which makes it funnier. You know, I actually find it funnier that she's like, God, he's such a dick, instead of being like, maybe he's just awkward with emotions, or maybe he just is doing the same thing I did. Like, nope. Right over. Gonna bitch slap her upside the head later, which is gonna be funny. Because it just means that, like, now the whole time she's like, God, you. And it's so mean to him. It amuses me, I don't know. If anything, he's more of a doll than I am. See? Okay, girl, put the pieces together. You got them all. You should know I'm nothing like the doll in that story. I'm the last white from Tenyo Island. I think I told you this when we first met, but I'm human, and I can feel hurt and anger. So... Spacey. Oh, he admits he knows our name. I love it. What? He knows my name? But my name isn't known to the public. That's your real name, isn't it? Take good care of it. My name... Did you forget what my position entails? Your true name is listed in your family registry. Oh. I just thought he was some kind of magic. That makes sense, though. There was a part of me that was like, he knows... Oops. He knows because he's the librarian. But I was just really hoping there was something, like, else, like, mysterious underneath instead of like, I'm a fucking librarian. Of course I know your name. Oh. I work for the registrar's office. I know everything. Oh. I wanted it to be more mysterious, I guess, but... The relief and frustration that came over me made my strength ebb. You didn't check anything else about me, did you? Is there something I should have checked? Not at all! Now please excuse me! And he's like, well, now I feel sus. I gave him a stern glare and rushed off. What do we know about us? Oh, maybe the power thing. I see him one step closer to becoming her worst enemy. But getting her riled up was worth it. I was able to drag her out of seclusion from the Amano Iwato and confirm that she's no lifeless doll. She talks at length, doesn't stay still. She glares at me without any fear and is loved by the people of Yomi. She is definitely no doll. The wave brings forth what one seeks. The waves bring forth what one seeks. Spacey. Aww. This is so cute! This is why he's gonna be canon boyfriend. He's over there, like, just pushing us to do this. And then at the end we're gonna be like, you were the one that was helping me all along. Duh! My desire is that you see and learn everything there is to know on Tengu Island. He's such a good boy. I'm sure you'll bring change to the island and leave your mark in some way. He's kind of adorable. I love our little robot boyfriend. I also love how she hates him so much. It's so great. The ocean is as blue and lively as usual. I found myself at the beach as I searched for a place to calm down. This was the closest I could get to Tenyo Island. I can see Tenyo Island from here, but... It was within swimming distance, but no one ever went there. It was because Tenyo Island was restricted territory. But the real reason no one ever goes there is because there were a number of whirlpools around the island that prevented anyone from getting close. But isn't that where our stage is? So, like... Apparently, even the most seasoned rowers were unable to get through them in one piece. All of them except Tsukuyomi. Mother, my search for a soulmate isn't going very well. Only you could tell me where I could find him. A big wave crashed onto the shore, leaving in its wake a beautiful crimson seashell. How lovely. I have to add it to my collection. See? That was your mom being like, fucking Akaza. A crimson seashell. It's red. Marry Akaza. But we're going to go through all the boyfriends before we're like, oh, mom gave us a sign. See? All sorts of shells were washed ashore by the waves. My pastime was walking along the beach in search of treasures like these. The waves bring forth what one seeks. An answer to who should be my husband. A red seashell. Akaza. I'm just saying. If the game didn't do that on purpose, and it was just, oh, it's a crimson seashell, and it was like, hello, do we not? Come on. I mean, he is the end-all be-all, so. I carefully picked up the shell and wrapped it in my handkerchief before placing it in my bag. Back down to Yomi? Ooh. Moondial Plaza. That's so cute. We have a Sundial Plaza, and they have a Moondial Plaza. Here I am again. It's only because I'm not sure how to interact with people on the surface. Good day, Lady Olympia. Good day. Going to the bathhouse today, Lady Olympia? Yes, that's my plan. Maybe I should search for my soulmate here. At least the people of Yomi aren't afraid of me. Lady Olympia, Someone tugged on my clothes. I turned around to see a pale young man. Sensing danger, I tried to make a run for it, but he was holding onto my clothes so tightly that I couldn't get away. Stop it! Let me go! I wonder if young Yomi man is supposed to be Himuka, because he's pale, and this is the boy with the skull, which is him. So, I'm just saying, but I don't know. Anyway, but please don't run. I have no intention of harming you. His eyes reminded me of the young man who stood in front of me when I got off stage before. I committed a crime and was sent here to Yomi. I can never return to the surface. I can't see my family ever again. They even gave me this horrible mark. Mark? I noticed an unusual line on his cheek. I'd rather die than keep living here. You'd be happy to have more show, wouldn't you? Please don't say such a ridiculous thing. His words fill me with anger and sorrow. But what can I do? I'm no different from a dead person down here. Please save me. Change me into a show. Please make me disappear. Listen to me. I can't change you into... Yeah, we can. Okay, I'm assuming this would be Himuka. So because it's question mark. So, if you wish to disappear, perhaps I can help. Yeah, okay, now we're getting a CG, so it's definitely him. Yeah. The drama music, the dun-dun-dun music. Wow. It happened so quickly, I hadn't sensed anyone else nearby. White hair? A survivor from Tenyo Island? See, I told you he had, like, whitish hair. It's kind of grayish, but I couldn't believe what I was seeing. The young woman's hand... No, the young man's hand was glowing a silvery blue. Yes, because he's, like... Even when I pulled out the cards, I was like... The young boy, and I was like... Wow, they did make him extreme. Like, okay, they always make the lolly boys. They have the big saucer eyes like the girls. But I was like, they made him so pretty that you wouldn't... If they were like, young girl, you'd be like, okay, young boy, okay, I don't know. Like, he is so freaking androgynous. At least in here, he seems slightly... I mean, he could actually still... No, could be androgynous. We know he's a he, but... Anyway. His white hair moved with a life of its own. That light... Could it be the same as mine? See, that's what I was wondering. Cradled in his arm was a skull. Hey, it's the Undertaker! Undertaker, a wielder of Batsu responsible for the proper mourning of those who have passed. The person currently appointed to this role is Himuka. Undertaker? What are they talking about? Is he going to make him disappear? You're joking! I do not like to joke. Why are you trying to run? I thought you said you wanted to disappear. Save me! You wish to escape Yomi, don't you? You wish to disappear from this world? You're so eager to give up your life. You must have no hope for the future. What this means is that you've determined this world to be worthless. And then allow me to grant your wish. Right here. Right now. No, stop! The skull. I was wondering what the hat, when she's like in the corner of the CG was. I'm like, what is the hat? This skull is wearing a hat. Okay. Save me! Have mercy! I'll never say anything like that again! The young man cowered on the ground and tried to crawl away. Is that so? That's better. The soul of a man like you would only serve to defile her dance in the sun. Huh? I could only stare at him at a loss for words. His hair... Now that I look carefully, it's not white. Could it be more like silver? Yeah, because it's like a grayish tone. It's very dark in this. It looks lighter in the cards, but it does look like a very, like a off-white anyway, but this now looks more gray. The light being emitted from his hand earlier must have made his hair look lighter than it was. Regardless, I felt curiously close to him, seeing someone else with a similar paleness to my own. I mean, his eyes are also, like, pale like ours. He was also staring at me in silence. Who is he? The Undertaker, was it? Hey, you! What's all the commotion? Shoot! It's the military patrol! Oh, wait! Do we get to meet Riku at the same time? I'm just saying. Yomi Patrol, a special military unit in charge of patrolling Yomi and guarding the Kunado Shrine Gate. This is the unit to which Riku is assigned, so I'm wondering if this is Riku then. We get to meet him finally. There he is! Oh, God, yeah. He's actually pretty hot, too. Yeah. Yeah, okay. There is no use running. Stop right there with your hands up. The military? This isn't going to end well. He also has like an 18-foot long braid. I didn't realize that until I looked at one point. I was like, oh my God. It's not just, okay, his hair's, or he has shorter hair. No, he has like, his fucking braided ponytail is like as long as he is. Like, Jesus. You were the one who started this, weren't you? The officer drew his katana without hesitation. Excuse me, do you not know who I am? Maybe that's why we fell in love with him first. The sharp flash made me take a step back. You must be the new Undertaker. What's your name? Always pointing it at Himuka. Himuka, you're aware that unauthorized use of Batsu is grounds for execution, aren't you? Batsu? He said Batsu, right? So, that light earlier was... And that's the first time I've heard of it. I apologize. Oh, and he's gray, so his hair is like silvery gray. Interesting. The first time, you say? Should have been explained when you took that position. Because my predecessor died suddenly, not all duties were properly explained. Then promise me here and now that you'll never do a thing like that in public again. I'll remember that. Your promise! It's no use. I'll do the same if she is ever in danger again. Huh? Me? Why, you... She's more important than that man. Far more important. Don't try to change the subject. I'm not. It's the truth. She must not be defiled by anyone. You call Tengu Island your home, yet you do not understand such a simple thing. What I do know is that you have no sense of remorse for your wrongdoing. He definitely exudes big Hijikata energy, so that's the kind of Hijikata slash Van Helsing voice, definitely. Yeah, he kind of and I think we did a good job. Look, it was hard before you get to know the characters to be like, who gets the Lupin voice, who gets the Irish accent, and I do think Akaza could have worked with the Hijikata slash Van Helsing voice, and that's where it was originally going. But like, Riku is actually like big Hijikata energy right now. They're like, nope, you definitely this. Okay. We did an okay job with the voice. I mean, Akaza's strange because he's got the Irish accent, which doesn't quite fit him, but it's like good enough, and it's kind of fun anyway, so. I was standing there listening on when suddenly the young soldier turned my way. I like how he's angry looking at us with his pretty eyes. Lady Olympia, this happened because you were walking around a place like this. I will accompany you back to Lord Doma's manor. Huh? Don't you know what kind of place this is? Allow me to explain. This is Yomi, where criminals and those of unsightly colors reside. Oh, you're gonna be that kind of a pompous ass, huh? Interesting. Unsightly colors. It's funny, because we think Akaza's a dick, but Akaza's the one that's coming down here and is like secretly like, I want you to learn everything you can. And he's the librarian, and like, I feel like he comes down here, and I'm pretty sure... I thought I read it somewhere that he actually, like... Something about, like... And I don't remember exactly what it was, but it gives you the impression, or it basically kind of straight out says it, that, like, he doesn't like the way this shit is. Like, people being forced down here just because of weird color. Like, he's not down with this segregation shit, right? So, I forget exactly what it is. I think he's like something about the Yomi people's plight or whatever. But like, I forget exactly the wording, but you're like, oh my God, he's actually, like, so he's a good-hearted person, right? So he's not, you think, we treat him like God. He's like a stuffy bastard. And he's more like, I don't like the way other people are treated. It's wrong. We should like not do this. And I feel like Riku's the one that's like, these people are freaks. Really? You're that one? Huh. It's just funny because they present Akaza as like he's gonna have that attitude. Like he's the one who's like, whatever, I'm better than everyone. But yet, nope. Like, kind of like it. It subverts your expectations a little. You do not belong here in the slightest. He's looking down on the people of Yomi. And yet, you're gonna fall in love with this man first! I wanted to give him a piece of my mind, but he was right. I couldn't deny the fact that my being here had already caused problems. I don't want to stir up any more trouble, but I don't want to be ordered to return. The soldier's words seemed to irritate the crowd gathered around us, but no one could say anything against him. Then suddenly... Hey, Riku of the Blue. Riku, a young soldier of the Blue assigned to the Yomi patrol unit. He is very straightforward and serious, living strictly by the traditions of the color class system on the island. Well, there you go. That should have actually clued me in. He lives strictly by the color class system, and you're like, I guess that should have clued me into the fact that he is very much like these unsightly people. Do you really feel that way, or is it just because, like, you're a stickler for the rules? Listen, Hijikata. Listen, Hijikata 2.0. Like, big Hijikata energy over here. It's actually uptight soldiers that don't belong here in the slightest, so go home. As her lover, I'll make sure she gets home safely. You're like, excuse me? Lover? This man from the black class? Don't tell me you don't know about the color classes. I know the color classes. What about them? Your white color class will be tainted if you mingle with a lower class man like him. Why, you... Just stay calm. Cordoba gently held down my shoulders. Stay calm? Did you hear what he said? He just insulted you and the people of Yomi. I must ask you to return in any case. The military is under orders to ensure your safety, Lady Olympia. I cannot allow you to stay here and continue to be in harm's way. But you do realize it looks like the military's trying to abduct her. Kuroba, you might not be my eyeball favorite, but I do love you. You're kind of funny. He's like, you do realize you look shady as fuck, right, yo? Oh, he's fun. This way, Lady Olympia. You must return to the manor immediately. Riku extended his hand toward me. I'm not going to return, at least not with you. Oh, don't hurt Hijikata's feelings. And you can drop the lady from my name. I will be punished if something happens to you, Olympia. Of all the things to say, can't you put on a brave face and say you want to protect her or something? Oh my god, is he blushing? That's so cute. He's like, what? I didn't say that. What? Stop. It's my job. Oh my god. I mean, I must protect you because it is my job. Oh my god. He literally is like freaking crimson over there. The crowd around us began to chuckle. He's so embarrassed, it's precious. Unlike before, it seemed like he was the one who was being looked down upon now. Shh! What's your tongue, Kuroba? Our guardians are keeping an eye on her, so you don't need to get yourself involved. Let's go. Kuroba urged me to follow him. I looked back to see the young soldier glaring at us with a frown on his face. He's so embarrassed. Oh, he's so precious right now. I love it. He's like, I'm going to... You're like, wow, you're kind of a dick. And then he's like, what? Stop. I just want to protect her and keep her safe, man. She's so pretty. Well, don't tell her I said she was pretty. Oh. The person with the silver hair is gone. I wanted to talk to him, but maybe I'll see him if I come to Yomi again. So there you go. Riku and Himuka, like, in, out, gone. Perfect place to end it. But at least we have now met all of our future husbands. Are you happy? I'm finally happy. It was a great, like... it was a good way to introduce both of them. You know what I mean? I'm not really sure what chapter we're in. I mean, we're in the boy with the skull type of chapter or whatever. But I don't know if we're like 6, 7. I feel like... I think... Based on the I think when you go on the thing, there's... like 8 to 11, I can't remember if it's 8 or 11 chapters for each one of them, and then it was either 8 or 11 main ones. But at least the main ones kind of go fast. You know what I mean? I feel like we've done at least like 5 or 6 of them so far. We might be in the 5th one. I feel like we're getting through basically almost a chapter an hour. Like obviously we got into the 2nd chapter, I think, during the 2nd part and the 3rd, you know what I mean? And I'm a little bit behind, but it's not like, okay, 20 hours in and we're only on chapter 3, and then 5 minutes of their routes. It seems so far like the main common kind of route where there's no choices. I don't want to say it goes fast because it's not like bing bang done, but it's a decent length. Like I can appreciate it where it's like, okay, it's 10 to 11 hours ish. You know, it seems like, well, depending on how many parts there are, and obviously because I'm rambling, but it seems like a decent length where you're like, okay, it's not super short, it's not super fucking long. Stuff happens, and then all of a sudden, then you're gonna get your routes, and then those also seem like decent lengths. I don't know how long each chapter takes, but I would assume it's roughly the same. So half the game might be the common route, and then the other half is the other route. I forget what it is, because when you go into the menu, you can see, like, each person. Well, you can't see Himuka or Akaza, but you can see, like, their, like, bullets for their chapters. I don't know how to explain that. Like, is it under archives, I think? Yeah, so, like, if you go in here for Olympia, you see that, but the weird thing is these are chapters, but I guess so see, here we go. So we have, like, 1, 2, 3, 4 more chapters. Okay, so this is what I meant. So you got the chapter thing, so you can see the titles, and then each one has their own, like, roughly the same. So yeah, there's that. So we're almost there. We got 4 more chapters to go, so it'll be the next couple hours probably, but, you know, I think I don't know. I feel like it's decently paced so far. We're getting through the chapters at a decent rate, and things are happening, so it makes sense. But we finally met all of our boyfriends. I feel like that was a little slow to get to the point where you were like, are we going to meet the rest of them or what? Now it's like, here's all of them. Okay. All right. Simmer down. But anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.